Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Huck. Today I am doing my July book haul, and this one is going to be a much more manageable size than my last one because I am back to doing my monthly book hauls and trying to kind of rein in the number of books that I'm buying in a month. So I have 8 books to talk about today. 5 of them are fiction books and 3 are non-fiction. So we're gonna get started with the new releases. So first up, I have Forest of Souls by Lori M. Lee. This was one of my most anticipated releases of the year. This is a YA fantasy in which our main character, I think, is being trained to be a spy, but then finds out that she has like control over souls, and she is the first person in a very long time to be able to have this like soul magic. And so she is sent to the Spider King in order to help like control this evil forest that like holds a lot of different souls. So I think this sounds like it's going to be really interesting. I'm really hoping to love it because, first of all, it has a forest. It has an evil forest. I love any forests, evil or otherwise. I think that soul magic sounds really interesting. I'm very intrigued as to who the Spider King is. Like, is he a spider or is that just a title? There are a lot of things that I'm very interested in this for. And the other new release that I have is Or What You Will by Jo Walton. This is another one of my most anticipated of the year because it is a book about books. So in this, I think our main character is an author, and she realizes that like throughout all of her books, there's this one character who keeps reappearing in all of them, and then I think maybe she gets the ability to communicate with him in some way and finds out that he has some kind of like grand plan to make the two of them immortal. I'm not really sure, but I'm very interested in this because, of course, book about books. But also, Jo Walton is an author that I have never read from before, but I always hear really great things about her books, and I have been wanting to try, so I'm really interested to try this one. Then the next book that I have is Riot Baby by Tochi Onyebuchi, and this is a novella that I've heard so much praise for, and I'm really interested to read this. So this is maybe like a dystopian sci-fi-ish. In it, the main character has some kind of power. I think she's able to like see the future or like see future events, but then her brother is arrested and incarcerated, and she has to kind of grapple with seeing her brother suffer and also knowing that she has this greater power and what she's going to do with that. So as I said, I've heard amazing things about this. Then I have Daughters of Nori by Rennie K. Ameo, and this book has, first of all, an absolutely beautiful cover, but this takes place in a world where the gods have disappeared, but before they disappeared, there were 2 goddesses who were left on Earth as infants, and they were separated at birth, and both of them have powers that they may not have known about. And so this is about them kind of discovering that they are goddesses, that they have powers, and discovering that the other one exists and kind of finding their way to each other. So I'm really excited about this because I love stuff with gods, and also I like things that have, you know, sibling dynamics, or those things of you know, siblings finding each other and themes like that. So excited for this. And then the last fiction book that I have is a sci-fi, which is A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. This is the second book in the Wayfarer series. The first one was The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. And so, you know, I read The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet in June, and I had very meh feelings about it, but there was still something about it that kind of intrigued me and made me want to continue the series. So I did get the second book, and also from the comments on my June wrap-up where I talked about my feelings about The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, some of you said that you thought I would like the second book better, so that also makes me feel more optimistic about it. So in this one, I think we're not following the full cast of characters from the first book. This doesn't take place on Wayfarer, the ship. I think this is taking place on another planet, and we're following like one character who had been part of the Wayfarer, who's now kind of creating a new life, so I'm assuming there will be a new cast of characters. Alright, and then I have 3 nonfiction books. The first one is Me and White Supremacy, Combat Racism, Change the World, and Become a Good Ancestor by Layla F. Saad. Then I have Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race by Rennie Edo-Lodge. And Radical Dharma, Talking Race, Love, and Liberation by Reverend Angel Kyoto Williams, Lama Rhode Owens, and Jasmine Siadula. So this was actually one that was given to me. My mom gave me this book because she bought a copy for herself and she wants to buddy read it. So I don't really know that much about what this one is about, but I think it'll be an interesting one to discuss. Alright, so those are all the books that I got in July. Let me know if you've read any of these or if you think that I'll like these. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, bye!